All right. So why am my thing working here? Everybody hear me okay? Check, check. Uh, Kenny Rogers, y'all. And the reason Kenny Rogers was on my mind is because they just announced that they finally found a place to bury Kenny. Kenny's been dead like over a year and died at the age of 81. He quit touring and performing, live when he was 79 years old. And so now they found the cemetery that they're going to bury him, or I guess they've already buried him in Atlanta, where a lot of famous people are buried. So I'm thinking day trip with the family. Maybe we'll go. Ken, maybe we should meet up at Kenny Rogers' grave and toss a rose on it one day. Wouldn't that be cool? Kenny Rogers. The thing about Kenny is one thing I didn't like when he was living. Okay, is I when he would go on tour, he would charge like $53 to have your picture made with him. No, no, that's rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, oh man. I guess if you got the celebrity, you could use it like that. But I thought, surely the old dude's got plenty of money to do that. And I remember watching Hee Haw back in the day. And oh my goodness, my mama, remember his little wife or girlfriend was on there or something. And I remember mama, she was upset at him about something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I love the music of Kenny Rogers. And I highly recommend that all of you have a theme song for your life. What is your theme song? And I talk about it a lot. My theme song is Kenny Rogers and Kim Carnes' Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer. Oh, I listened to it today and it was just like, that's me. I'm the dreamer. I'm the one that dreams big. Most of my dreams never come true, but guess what? I have accomplished quite a bunch of them. So it's never a bad thing to be a dreamer, to dream about doing awesome and miraculous things. You come a long way from the day when I was in kindergarten, little fat kindergartner, and the teacher asked you, as they often do, what do you think of yourself? And so I've, just told her what I thought of myself. I said, I'm a big fat zero. And I remember I took my little book back home and my mama was reading through my notes and the teacher had sent all the answers to all these questions like, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you think of yourself? Blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden my mama just started crying because little Bobby said he was a big fat zero. So I finally got out of that mindset that I was nothing, not that I'm something, but you start dreaming, you have dreams in life, and you just really are grateful for all the opportunities that we have in life. Just an amazing thing. So live your life, live it to the fullest, get you a dream, hang on to that dream, and don't let money be your dream, right? Don't let the pursuit of money be in your dream. I like this trading as much as I now like chess, right? So I'm playing in chess and I've got my ranking up from the 200s and now I'm all the way up to into the 400s. Now I know that's a terrible chess player, but man, I am making a little bit of progress there. And so I'm able to look at my stats and I'm getting a little bit better. And I play probably, I don't know, 10 to 20 games of chess a day. And, you get better, I guess, the more you play. So if y'all want to play with me, sign up for the chess.com app. And I'd love to have you here. What's going on in chat? No audio. Ken has no audio. Does anyone else have audio?
I have corrected the problem.
Okay, good. I thought, man, I talked for 5 minutes and y'all didn't have no audio. Y'all just sitting there looking at me.
Okay, I had to exit and re-enter.
All right, just make sure everybody's okay. Okay, Joe, Shortball, Dwayne, Jason, Rod, Stacy, and Ken. Oh, let me tell y'all something. It is so exciting. And Jason and I are going to stay over again today after our session. But y'all, that's a smart young dude right there. Jason, I hope you don't mind me telling them that you're 26 years old. He's a California dude. He's not really a surfer, but dude is smart, y'all. And this is why I wanted to open our room up to more folks, right? And so we have some other people that are contributing to all of our success. And Jason, y'all, I mean, he put together a thing that logs into your account, pulls the IV rank. It does the big gray monster for you. It tells us it's overbought, oversold, fair value. I mean, it does all that. It tells us if it's above the SMAs or the EMAs. And I'm like, whoa. And then dude tells me he thinks he's got it figured out on the linear regression channel too. I'm like, geez, man. So this is a smart dude. So we're very fortunate to have Jason with us. And I feel at some point he's going to have this thing so well oiled that you actually use this thing to trade for us. Now, that'd be cool, right? Now, you may want to try it with paper money first, right? And I'm sure we'll have to get somebody to write some disclaimer saying, don't sue us if you lose all your money doing this, blah, 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 blah. But, I always see all these traders with these disclaimers and and I don't know. I don't do that. I'm Sweet Bobby. I'm a horrible trader. Don't follow anything I do. That's my disclaimer. Okay. And I really appreciate the stuff that Tom's been posting in there. He's posting in a lot of cool trades, and that's what this is for. That's what our community's for. Share ideas, let this be a dream place where you can share ideas, get feedback. And it's just hopefully going to be a really, really great community. All right, guys. So today is a neat day. Got several things to show you that are new, but the cool thing that I wanted to show you, first of all, before we tackle the skew driver, is I wanted to show you my Bain thing because I was excited. We got a signal today. Okay, so we've got a signal. Now, it's not a big signal, is it? But if you're running AIM, anytime you get a signal means that to sell means you're booking a profit. Now, how cool is that? So how much of a profit was it? Well, keep in mind that I reset this account in AIM, and I just basically said, okay, let's start it on the 19th. And whatever the price was of the security at that point was the price that we bought in, right? So what did I do is I said, okay, so UCO, we have 38 shares. It's not a lot of UCO, right? So we have 38 shares. And so we started it on the 19th. And on the 19th of July, the share price of UCO, which is the crude oil leveraged ETF, was 67.26. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So what is the price of UCO today? Well, let's go to our AIM dashboard. So we bought in at 67. Today, UCO is around 77. And that's sweet, right? So my spreadsheet, say all these things automatically, it is getting a feed directly from Thinkorswim. And it's telling me to sell a share, to book that profit, book that $10 on that one share of UCO and put it into Bain. So I love that. So let's see what UCO is doing right now. So this is the BAME account. I'm pulling up the BAME account, but remember, I don't have live prices in Thinkorswim. Well, that's stupid, Bobby. How come? Because I'm a corporate account and I don't want to pay for the data. All right, so here we go. So it's trading at 77.14. So that's pulling it in pretty right, 77.20 right there. So it says sell one share. So let's go to the account that has UCO in it and let's sell a share. Trade. I say trade. All right, UCO. And sell a share. So let's try to sell it. We know it's going for about 77.14. So we'll see if we can get it. Let's see. Boy, my computer's slow today. Jason kind of laughed at me yesterday with my computer yesterday. So if we sold it for 77.6, no, not 100 shares, Bobby. Boy, y'all were fixing to let me go short some shares. Oh, change that to one. See if we can get filled there. I think I heard something ding downstairs on my phone. Did I get filled? Yeah, there we go. So we sold it at 77.16. Cool. Well, let's see if we can remember how to put this in. So we sold it at 77.16. So then you need to go to your activity, your AIM activity page, and go UCO. Number of shares bought or sold was 1. Wait a minute, I think I gotta make that -1, right? -1. So we did that on 7/28/21. Crap, I can't remember. Was it 77.16? 77.16. Hold on. 77.16. Field orders. 77.16. Oh, the memory goes. And that's why you got to listen to new music too. You can't just listen to old music, y'all. You got to listen to some new stuff too. You got to pop you in some Justin Bieber from time to time. Is he not new anymore? Beth said he's not even new no more. Okay, Beth, chill it out, girl. All right, so is this new capital? Is it rebalancing? Or is it a new underlying? Is it new capital, rebalancing, or new underlying? No, it's not. I got to look. I got to check on that and make sure I'm doing that right, because we've been running BAME, and on BAME everything's yes. And when you first start out, you do yes. But if it's not rebalancing means resetting the whole count, resetting all your underlines, or it's not a new underlying, or it's not new capital, you're going to put no there. So now remember, our first thing was to buy 38 shares of UCO to get into our thing. So we had a streak going of buying. We were buying one streak. So what is our streak now? Our streak now is a selling streak, and this is our first sell trade. Everything else automatically updates. So now when you go to your AIM dashboard, ta-da, it's gone. Your signal is gone. Isn't that cool? I just believe Jason will be able to fix this thing one day where, when it says it gives you a signal, I mean, it'll just send a little order to think or swim, and boom, you're done. You don't have to worry about watching this thing. I don't know. We may not get that fancy. And there is something to be said for you and I going in and actually being able to do these, trades. I mean, I got to have something to do. Can't be bored to death all the time. I mean, you can just, milk the chickens and collect goat eggs so many times in a day. All right. So let's go back now. Let's look at the market for our day. And what's the market doing? Mr. Market. Now, let me caution you. As you well know, today is a Wednesday. It's July the 28th. It is the day when at 2 o'clock, I think Eastern time today, the minutes of the Fed meeting will come out. And that's when we can have a lot of increased volatility going into that area. So be very, very, very careful what you do today. Just kind of watch. We don't expect anything big, but with Jay Powell speaking or sending out minutes of the Fed, you never know what's going to happen. So it is a Fed day. So everybody needs to kind of keep that in mind. So let's just look at market structure for today. Here's the cash open, 44.01. What has it done since then? Well, it has popped down here on the open. Let's see if we can look at all that bearish volume at the open. We thought it was going to be maybe a good size down day. We see all the rookies trading right here at the beginning of the day. Here's where the dumb money trades, and dumb money goes down, 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 down. And it goes down to this little pivot point, and then it's just been working a little stair step way back up. This is the hourly midband. This is value-weighted average price. Notice that these two things are together, which gives us a great area of support here. So we see price has gone up, tapped on the support, gone up, tapped on support, gone up, support up. So this is just reinforcing that support area of support for the day. The shaded area that you see here is the first 15 minutes of trading. And so we were about 43.86 to 44.01. So what's that? 17 point opening range. The blue line is the overnight high. Doesn't look like we have tested the overnight high. And the overnight low, what was the overnight low? There it is. Overnight low was down to 43.79. So we're in a range between the overnight low, overnight high, and we had a bigger range today than we've been having. We've been having, less than 10 point ranges for the day. All right, so what do we see? We saw on the open, we saw the AD line going down, 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 dumb money. Then what happens is it's just been a little bit of continuation with AD going up, 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 up to the negative 20 area. Well, I'm to the zero area, actually. It goes up to the zero area. That's that little, make sure there. Yeah, that's the zero line. So now it is trending back downward. Now notice this. This is kind of trending kind of downward. And what's price doing? Price is kind of, kind of going sideways, isn't it? So when you see that, it wouldn't surprise us to see just based on what AD is doing, kind of heading downward, wouldn't surprise us to break through this area of support and go back in to test some of those areas here that we had on the opening of the day. But what I know, I got zero clue, because right now, you and I on the E-minis are in what is called the lunchtime chop. Lunchtime chop. And then around 2 o'clock today, we'll probably see a little bit of increased volatility as the market makes a decision on whether it wants to go up or down. Right now, it is a nothing burger. It is up 1.5 points, 0.03% on the day. It is a nothing. Everybody is waiting until 2 o'clock and the Fed coming out with their stuff. All right, so cool stuff today. Let's talk about the skew driver. I've mentioned it a couple times to you before, and I've never really talked about it. Now, y'all know it's real big for me to credit people where I get information from. So this is important for me to tell you where I get things. I want you to think, I mean, the Big Green Monster is not my idea. That is Blake Young. That's totally his. A lot of things we do, I've got from other people. Black Swan Hedge is from Ron Bertino. We give him credit for showing that trade. And then we have something called the skew driver, which is kind of cool. And it is in my master trading plan. The evil, not that. I don't want to open Word. Hold on. Close that down. All right, let me open and find where it's at. That would help. Skew driver is the brainchild of a guy by the name of Scott Rubel. And Scott Rubel goes by another name, which is, I can't even remember his other name, but his real name is Scott Rubel. And he is the founder of an option trading service. He's a really, really intelligent guy, really smart guy. You can be a part of his room. And he does a Wednesday night class. I think it's $300 a month. I was in there for several months. It's good information. It really is. A lot of it's going to be, egghead pie in the sky stuff. I like it a lot. So I give him a lot of credit. I asked Tom Sosnoff, I said, Tom, tell me what you think about Scott Rubel. He said he is definitely aware of the concept. So Tom gave him good reviews. He does trade. He shows his trades, and this is the one thing I've never understood why people do it. Educators do that. He does his trades in a paper account. So if that's your thing, that's good. I like showing live trades, real trades in real accounts, but he does it in a paper account, and he starts it over every January at $100,000. Now, he does a lot of different trades, and we'll talk about some of those trades at times. So, but he came up with this thing called the skew driver that was actually named by one of his students. He had a naming contest for this, but I thought it was very cool. And these are my notes on it. So these are not Scott's notes. He didn't say this. This is one of the things that I did. So I'm just going to kind of read through it and kind of get you familiar with the skew driver. This is my writing. The skew driver might be the greatest indicator known to man. Can you believe I wrote that? Of all the many indicators out there that people use, Sweet Bobby Genius, said this is the greatest indicator known to man. So I must have thought that this was really something special for me to write that. First, here's what you do. You go to the expiration that is closest to 30 days and find the 20-point wide put spread that trades for approximately $5.20 on the ask price. Okay, well, let's do that. So what we do is the skew driver is in SPX. Make sure I know how to do this. We'll go to the trade page, and we'll go to SPX. And you're going to go to the one that's 30 days out, closest to 30, okay? So, tomorrow, if you're looking at it, you'll probably go to the 29 days, right? That'd be the one to go to. So we go to 30 days out. And then you're going to look for the 20-point wide spread that trades closest to $5.20 on the ask price. Okay, well, let's let this populate. Why aren't you populating, stupid? There it goes. So how do you figure out what the spread's going for? Well, there's an easy way. Let's see if we can do it. Go to spread, go to deep and wide. I think this is going to do it. And we go 1 month by 4 strike, 1 month by 4 strike, vertical. I think that gets us for us. So again, you go to deep and wide, 1 month by 4 strikes. So we want 4 strikes in this, right? So let's see what that does. So that should give us 20 wide strikes. And you're looking for the closest that goes to trading at $5.20. Why $5.20? Trust me, this is just something that he found out. All right, why aren't you doing it, you stupid thing? Jason's laughing at my computer again today. Do it. Hold on. Here we go. So this should be 20 wide strikes, right? And I was going to, yeah, that was like 20 wide. Yeah. So you're going to the one that I know there's a problem. Right, so go to the one that's going to about 520 on the ask. Yeah, so you start getting up here into the 530s and 510s, right? Okay, 530, 510. So we kind of know where those strikes are, right? So it's in this area here. All right, so let's go back to our little document and see what it says about the screwdriver. All right. For example, SPS is looking at an option chain 29. You can buy the for 2020, the 28.55 put. So you're looking at the closest to the money put, right, of that spread is $25 out of the money. In ordinary markets, the 520 put spread will be between 25 and 35 points out of the money. Well, let's go back and look and see if this is a normal market or not from what I wrote then. So we're saying the one that goes for 520, here it is the 43.55 strike. Right? That's the closest one to the money, 43.55. So let's do our handy dandy calculator, as that Marcus guy on does on YouTube. Let's see. So price is 44.02 minus, what did we say it was? 43.55 minus 43.55. So right now, it looks like that strike is 47 points out of the money. Okay, so everybody's got that. We're looking for the 20 wide strike that the ask price is about, 520. So that spread, and it's about 47 points out of the money. All right, so let's go back to see what we say about it. So under ordinary conditions, I say it's going to be about between 25 and 35 points out of the money. As the put spread begins to reach 40 points or more out of the money, caution should be taken that the market will normalize at some point in the future. If the put spread approaches 45 or more points out of the market, well, I said it was 47, right? Today, let's say 47. Yeah. If it approaches 45 or more points out of the money, expect the market to normalize with a big increase in the price of SPX. Wow, what? A big increase? So the farther the 520 spread moves away from the current strike price of SPX, the more likely a bounce will occur in the price of the underlying. If the spread goes to 60 points away from the current SPX price, a bounce is imminent, though it could take several days to occur. So thus you want to place bullish trades in this scenario. Thus, you would want to place bullish trades in this scenario. Now, here's where I think the screwdriver is a little more good in telling you when a big fall is about to come into place. Conversely, Sweet Bobby wrote, as the 520 put spread begins to reach only 20 points out of the market, caution should be taken that the markets will normalize at some point in the future. If the put spread approaches 15 points or less, then Katie bar the door, right? Expect the market to normalize with a big decrease in the price of SPX. The closer the 520 spread moves toward the current strike price of SPX, the more likely a drop will occur in the price. If the spread goes to only 10 points, I mean, baby, it is on. It is on. We're about to have a drop. Drop is imminent, though it could take several days to occur. In this scenario, you'd want to place bearish trades. All right, and then I do a little bullet points for you. It's a tool for determining future market direction. Locate the SPX nearest to 30 days. So we're rehashing everything again. Find the 20-point wide put spread that trades closest to 520 on the ask. Determine how many points the highest option of the spread is from current SPX price. Strike will usually, in normal markets, be between 25, 35 points away from the current price. If only 35 points away, look for price to increase. If it's under 25, look for price to decrease. So that's the skew driver in a nutshell. And I think it's best used if you track it daily, right? So somewhere on your spreadsheet or somewhere, you can track the skew driver. If this is something you want to track to give you an idea about market direction, but it really is a cool thing. And, if you follow it along, you'll see how this thing, updates over time with the 520. So let's go back to it again. Make sure we're in the 30 days, right? You do deep and wide 1 month by 4 strikes. You find the one that is nearest to 520 on the ask. Take the closest strike, which is the 43.55. You subtract that from the current price of SPX, and that gives you the number of strikes away. So your skew driver today is 47. Now, there was an old boy, and again, I like giving credit where credit is due, that attempted to put a spreadsheet together. I'm not sure how accurate it is. We'll see. But I do have a copy of it. I would give old boy credit if I knew his name. But I was just searching, and he provided it for free. And it was a skew driver spreadsheet, right? Which is kind of cool. So what he did is this. He comes up with this spreadsheet. Hey, Dad's in session, y'all. I'm about to whoop some R's. I am chilling. All right, so let's see here. Let's update this. Let's see. What you do is, and I can share this, guys, with you, but it's kind of cool. It's like a running number on the SPX. And if you wanted to use this is fine. You could use this spreadsheet that he put together. Now, the numbers may be slightly different. It puts in yellow the strike. And I think what he's doing, rather than looking at the ask price, I think he may be doing the, see, we said it was the 43.55. He's got it identified as the 43.65. I have a feeling what he is doing is he is maybe doing the mid price, right? So he said 43.65. Yeah, so that's probably what he's doing there. So if we were to put the mid in, hold on a second. Let's see if we were to 43.65. If we were to buy that, would it identify the mid for us? Yeah. So that's what he's doing. So I said, you can check it on the ask. Just be consistent in however you want to do it. The spreadsheet is looks like it's checking it on the mid, which is totally fine. However you want to track it, totally fine. So you could use this so that you don't have to manually go in and do that every day. So right now, if it's at that 43.65, then the market is at, between 36 and 41 away. So what you want to do is just track this little number every day. And the closer the $5.20 gets to up here, right? Smaller and smaller and smaller, the more imminent that a fall in the market will happen. So right now we said 25 and 35 is normal. So we're, if you're going by the mid price, totally fine again. I was going by the ask. Go by the mid price, then we are totally in the kind of normal range. So, I don't see a huge, and if you were at our strike here, you're at 46, but between 36 and 46, that's where you are. And this becomes more effective when you monitor the skew driver on a day-to-day basis. Now, what makes this happen? Well, one of the things that Scott trades a lot is he'll trade a lot of SPX spreads, and he'll do a lot of 20-point spreads. And normally when he does a 20-point spread, he's looking to collect around $5, $5.20. So every day he's in here looking at these spreads that he may buy and sell that are 20 points wide. And it was just something that he noticed. He noticed that as the 520 that he looks for gets closer and closer to the money, right? Closer and closer here, that the bigger chance is that there was going to be a big move to the downside. The closer that this thing goes, I mean, the farther that this thing goes down, right? If you were down in here from the money, and it being 520 here, because of the skew in these options, the bigger the chance that a big increase was coming in the market. So don't use it today. I don't want you to look at it today and go, oh my God, it's between 36 and 45. I mean, this market's going up, 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 up. No, what I want you to do is track this today. Say, okay, it's at 36, 37 today, and then track it tomorrow, and then track it the next day, and then track it the next day. And you'll see how this kind of, you know, you make it plot it out on a little graph or whatever, but it really is cool. And you'll see much as the big green monster, you probably, a lot of you had a lot of doubts on the big green monster that thing would ever work. And now you're seeing it in practice and you go, my God, that's probably the greatest thing we got. Well, I wrote on this that this is the greatest technical indicator. I guess it's a technical indicator. I don't know if maybe it's some other indicator, not really, I don't technical, but it's an indicator that kind of tells us what market direction is going to be. So if the normal price here, if we go by the mid price is between 25 and 35, yeah, we're fine, right? We're fine. And if anything, we're a little outside of that. So you would think maybe bigger chance to the upside than the downside. Kind of cool. Would anybody like a copy of this spreadsheet? Again, I wish I knew, oh boy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you could.
Yeah.
If you could share the sheet and the doc to resource.
Yeah, great. So I wish we could, you know, I wish I could give credit. Maybe I'll go back and do the Google thing again, but all you've got to do, let's see, you've got to come in here and pick, you know, today is 7/28. You put today in there, and then you pick the expiration here. It automatically gives them to you here. It automatically does the math for you. You put in, then you pick that expiration date, 8/27. And then it goes in, it pulls this information. Yeah, now if you open this up and you don't have Thinkorswim open, it will not auto-populate this, right? So you got to have Thinkorswim open, and it actually pulls in those spreads and does all the calculations for you. So really, really cool too, right? So right now, guys, if we're going to go by the mid, and that's fine. So I wrote it as ash, mid's fine. We're 36, so we're not, you know, we're not really, I mean, now, do I know that the market's not going to crash tomorrow? No. But I'd say that, you know, we're in a normal range now. So as far as skew goes, I think that the options are priced in a way that things are priced just fine. So let's go back now. Let's see, someone wrote something in chat. I would like it. Great. So I will share that in the resources for everybody, so you can get a copy of that. Hopefully it'll fit. If not, I'll have to share a link to my Google Drive where I can share that. So now let's go and let's kind of see, does that make sense with our big green monster, right? So with our big green monster, we'll use ES instead of SPX. And go down and just see what volume profile looks like. And let's use SPX doesn't have volume, so we can't use SPX, but let's just kind of look at SPY, and we'll look at the E-minis as well. So where are we at today? We're fairly priced. Isn't that cool? So the skew driver kind of tells us, yeah, we're at the lower end of normal, but we're kind of there. And we are in a, hey guys, Dad is in a session. Please be quiet and respectful. So we're above the 20 EMA, we're above the 50 EMA, and we're above the, I'll be glad when they're in school next week. Next Tuesday, y'all, is the day. God is my witness. Here's the 200-day simple moving average. Here's the volume point of control, right? Wouldn't surprise us at all to see a pullback into that area to the 433 on the SPY. Why? Because that's where the most volume is traded. It would fill in some of these gaps on the way down, come to this area, and still be fairly priced. So the skew driver and the big gray monster are kind of saying, yeah, we're fairly priced here, guys. I don't really expect big movements over the coming days. But again, track it each and every day, because look, things happen, right? Things happen. We ought to go back and look at, well, that's exactly what we should start doing, tracking this thing and just kind of seeing, you know, if it gave us a signal that this was about to happen. Wouldn't that be cool if we had looked and said, oh man, I bet you back here that the screwdriver may have been up to 15 or 20, and to see if it had given us some clue as to this potential drop. Someone say something?
Well, Bobby, my big green monster looks different than yours. Would you mind just drawing it again real fast? I know we only got like a couple of days, but
Yeah, I can draw it real fast. And I'll tell you this, it may be off a little bit because this one was one of those strange ones where the, you remember when our 50% line is equal to, you know, when we don't have to move it. And so Tom called me out on it too. He said, Bobby, I can't get it. Let's see if we can do it again. Okay, let's draw it again. Let's see if we can
because
draw
I have spy in the over bought range.
Okay, let's draw it again.
Is what-
And hey, mine may be wrong, right? Mine may be wrong. First of all, let's go to ES first before when we'll draw it in SPY. Let's go to ES and look what ES looks like. ES. All right, so we got ES. Where's my little monster? Put my monster in. Matt, are you stuffed up today? You sound stuffy. That didn't even sound like yourself. You ain't got the COVID, do you?
No,
Okay,
I'm fine.
Okay, you just sound stuffy. Are you outside working today or what?
No, I'm actually at a cross country camp
Oh, how are the kids doing? Good?
at the pool right now.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
So I'm here.
Do the thing that I did. Call one of the counselors and act like you're Wilbur Silverman and tell them that one of the kids left a jewel in the pool and see if your counselors there don't go just bat crap crazy like mine did. That was one of the funniest things I ever did.
We don't have counts like I'm a chaperone, so we only have. I'm a coach and a chaperone, and my father-in-law is a coach and a chaperone, and we have 2 moms that are chaperoning the girls' cabins.
Okay, cool. Cool. Well, I hope y'all have a good time. That's awesome. And get some pool time. Get some sun on you. Vitamin D. I got a vitamin D deficiency. And look where they had to do the y'all see that biopsy on me? It came back not skin cancer, praise God. It was psoriasis. So I got to take my vitamin D supplement. All right, let's go back to clean chart. Let's see if we can draw this. Dang it, I should have took a picture. Do y'all remember where my levels were before I started? So let's go to clean chart. Let's see if we can draw this. I say let's go to clean chart. What the crap? Let me collect my garbage. Go back to my chart. Unbelievable. See if I can swap something else. I also added another one yesterday. I wanted to look at the volume profile on a daily basis. See if it'll do that. Wow, it'll do that. No, here it goes. Here's clean chart. Okay. Here's volume daily. It's just acting a little slow. We'll get a new computer at some point. Yeah, so I did this on a daily basis too, just to kind of look at the volume profile on a daily basis, just seeing where things are. So let's go back to the clean chart and see if we can draw something. All right, so we're going to put in SPY. We got our monkey bars, y'all. I could easily see me messing this up anyway. All right, so what do? We go to our little Fibonacci's and we get this little tool here. What is that? That is the Fibonacci retracement. And what we do is we try to draw this thing from the bottom of this month before, right? This is a daily 3-month, 1-day chart with a monkey bar. So this is the entire month of June, and we're projecting for July. So we're going to go down to the bottom here, and we're going to draw our line, left click, and then we're going to go up to the top there, right there. Now, what I need to tell you is this. If you've got the Fibonacci retracements on yours, you're going to have to change your numbers, right? Like it has the fibs already in there, but no, we don't use the fibs. What we use are the 50 or the 0, 20, 50, 80, 1, 120, 150, 180, 182, right? And then we do it on the upside as well. So we do the -20, -50, -80, -1, -120. So you got to change all the numbers on your fib levels. I mean, if you're a big fib user, you probably want to do that. But I would say, I think the Big Green Monster is well more valuable to you than your fibs. And at any time, you can always, revert back to, factory issue Fibonacci's, but we have to change these numbers. If you want to know how to do that, we'll probably do another live class on it again and show you all that. But if you will, go to YouTube and search on Sweet Bobby Voodoo, VOODOO, and it'll show you the voodoo charts. Now, this is not my stuff, y'all. This is something I got from Blake Young, and it really, really works. So now I want to make sure that I'm, got these at the right places. So what I'll do is I'll edit the properties. Now, here's where you got to make that low anchored correctly. So if your cursor is over here, you're in the wrong month. If your cursor is here, it's in the wrong month. But what I'm looking for is the H and L, the high and low, when my cursor is in the month of June. Okay, because we're using June values to project onto July. So everybody sees that it's 428.78. Can you believe I put that on perfectly? Look at that. I mean, I'm Sweet Bobby. I mean, don't try this at home. 428.70. I got that one without a problem. Now look at this, y'all. The low is 414.7. Look how closely Sweet Bobby drove that. And never listen to anybody that speaks of themselves, those people, and anyone that wears a bow tie that's not going to a prom or to a wedding. Like our new music minister at church, I'm like, I was going to vote no on him because he wore a bow tie. I just don't trust people wear bow ties other than, what's his name? Orville Redenbacher. All right, so here we go. I trusted Orville Redenbacher. Yeah, I think it is going to be different, Matt, because when I drew this one last time, I think I had my little thing inside touching that, and it's clearly not for June. So I don't know what I was wrong. So I was probably off a little bit. So let's just draw it now. So now you're going to go over here, and now you're going to get another tool that you got to finagle, and this is the Fibonacci extension. And I know those of you that are new are thinking, what in the hell is this boy doing? It's crazy, right? It's voodoo. That's why I call it voodoo, but it works. Now, you're going to have to change this too. It's already got fib levels in this. Well, you got to change it as well, and you got to change it to all these different values. Again, watch the little video and you'll be just fine. Let me get this a little bigger where I can make sure I'm kind of exactly. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to draw from the 50% line right here into the middle of the green line. All right. So middle green line this way or that way? No, middle vertically, right? So I want it not down here, not up here, but I want it in the middle, whether it be in the middle here or here. That's where I'm drawing to, is the middle. Now, first of all, let's tell you what this is. On the left side, this is volume profile. This is volume profile for the month of June. This little pink line here is where the most volume traded in SPY for the entire month of June. Now, this is market profile. What is market profile? Market profile tells us that where the most time was traded at price. So you got volume, number of contracts at price versus the number of days at price. So the most number of days was traded at the same place as the most volume was traded. Isn't that cool? So that was a really strong point. Now notice in the month before, the month of May, that was not the case. In the month of May, most volume traded at this price, around 420, while the most time in days was spent trading around the 415 area. So very, very cool, right? All right, so now we've got our tool. So what we want to do is draw up. Now, sometimes we'll draw down. If this 50% line is up here, you draw it down to the middle, and then you go down to the 100 line. When you're below the little market profile point of control, you're going to draw from the 50, left click. Now check this out. This is cool. Then we're going to draw to the center, try to get, halfway in between. And these are just, you're going to be slightly different. So I'm right there in the middle of that. All right. So I'm going to double click again. Oh my gosh, what is this stuff? And then I'm going to go up to the 100 level. Matt, if you see me do anything wrong, tell me. Hold on, crap it. Delete key. Unbelievable. Hold on, let me scream at myself. What is going on? I don't care what the weather is. I don't care what Simone Biles did. I love her, by the way. Quit picking on my girl. She's adopted. Did y'all know that? Coming from a man who has adopted 5 kids, I like that. Because I don't want my kids to ever think, oh, I was in foster care. I can't do nothing. No, you're not a victim. You are a champion, my friend. All right, so we draw it there, right? And then we're going to go up to the 0 line. We're going to click again. So we'll go to that 0 line. I'm going to click, 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 click. Boom. Now, here's where it gets kind of cool, right? So now what we got to do after we do that is we're going to activate this little thing because we're going to shift it up. Now, what are we going to do? I'm going to shift the 0 line. Yeah, mine was definitely wrong, man. I'm sorry. I must have taken my hemp gummies the night before when I drew it last time. So now I'm going to take the 0 and I'm going to move it to the 200. All right. And then I'm going to move, well, I'll show you how this works. Let's just show this. You'll like this. And then I'm going to move the 100 to the beginning of where I started with my little Fibonacci stuff here. It'll make sense as I do it. I hope it does. Right click, activate. All right, here's where it gets kind of funky. All right, so you're going to take this 0 line and I'm going to move it to the 200 line. Why, Bobby? Because that's what Blake told me to do. So I'm going to move this up.
I had a question.
Yeah.
So for the second Fibonacci, I recall the Voodoo video. You moved the second Fibonacci to the 100 line, which is the low line, not the 0%. So is it the 0 or the 100%?
It depends if you're above or below on this number, right? So if we had moved if our 50% line had been up here and we moved down here, then we would be moving the 100 line down to the 200.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So it just flips, right? It's either, in other words, the 0s and the 20s and the 50s are either 150s, 20s. I mean, it goes, it's, so the 100 is basically the same as a 0 line, but it's down here. So I say we're moving the 0. So if you were drawing it to the downside, you wouldn't move the 0 down here. You'd move the 100 down to the 200.
Mm-hmm.
Hope that makes sense.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
I'm actually, Jason, I'm getting confused myself. All right, so then we're going to do is we're going to go drag this 100. So we move the 0 to the 200. And so now we're going to drag, you got to go to the corner here. You're going to drag this 100 to where that little, see where we started drawing there? That's where the original 50% line was. Remember, it was just down there. So that's where we got to draw it to. See it? It's this pink line. Hopefully everybody can see. And it starts out right there. So now I want to drag this. Now look, this is cool because I'm going to pull it in like this. Look at this. Isn't that wild? So we're going to drag that line right to the start of that little pink line right there. And then I hit the escape key. And then I would like to thank this little Fibonacci retracement thing for its service, but I'm going to right click on it and say, we don't need you anymore. So I right click on it and I hit remove. Now I got me now I'm done, except for what I like to do. Now, Blake doesn't do this. Y'all should tell Blake, those of y'all that still follow Blake, say Sweet Bobby is improved upon what you do. He doesn't do this and he gets confused sometimes. So I say this is June for July. In other words, I name it. I'm saying that I use June data to project price action for July. And then we do something that Blake doesn't do at all. He colors his green, but he doesn't call it a big green monster. So we like to call ours a big green monster. So we hit button. Looky here. Now this ought to be right, man. So now we'll go back to volume profile. Tom, if you watch this at some point, I messed up with you. I don't know what I did. I think I had it right the first time. All right, so let's go back to volume profile. Oh, Matt, I hope this is closer to what you got. How's this? Now, Matt, there you go. Now we're fine. So now we're on a 30-minute, 10-day chart. Now this looks really good, doesn't it? All right, so here we go. Went to the 50, pops up, goes from fair value to overbought. Then it goes into the oversold line category. And it says, hey, wait a minute, oversold. So it thought about maybe going back up to another fair value area, but it doesn't. It comes into overbought, comes back down close to the 50, pops back up. Here is the line, and now it is in an overbought condition. You see, it's just kind of dangling around there. So if it's in an overbought condition, it wouldn't surprise us at all now to see pullback to the point of control on volume. Keep in mind, Big Green Monster is not volume. Big Green Monster is based on time. Volume profile, these little things here, shows how much volume was traded at each one of these prices on the SPY in the last 10 days. Okay, last 10 days, this is a point of control on volume. Interestingly enough, the 50% line is just above there on market profile that we projected from last month. And, possible pullback to there. Fine. Matt, does that look more like you got? Ken, I would like a P.
I think he meant he'd like a copy of that spreadsheet.
I thought he had to pee. I thought, okay, we'll take a break. It ain't like the zero DTE traders.
That's what my
Matt, God is my witness. You are going to be, listen to me. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You young men are going to make it in this business. You are where I was several years ago. We all kind of points go, man, I don't know about all this stuff, but I'm telling you, you have stuck with it when, most people have not. So let me build you up a little bit, young man. You are not a victim. You are a champion. You're like one of my kids, and you are going to be successful at this. And are you going to lose a little money along the way? Yes, you are. But at your age and the knowledge that you are gaining now, you are going to be perfectly fine. The only thing that could discourage you and get you away from it is for you to quit. And God forbid, that you start selling It Works or what's that purple drink people drink? What's the pink drink, Beth?
Kool-Aid?
Not Kool-Aid. They sell it all the time, and then they show pictures of them going to Disney World all the time. What's that? It's a Plexus. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean,
I've never heard of it.
Oh my! Well, it's multi-level marketing things. It works. I mean, Matt, don't ever do that. If someone comes up to you and wants you to start selling Amway, run. I remember a guy wanted to be my friend and me go to the gym and stuff, and I went to the gym back when I was in college. And the only reason he wanted me there is because he wanted me to be an Amway salesman. No. Matt, this is the way you're going to do it. You're going to save. You're going to live frugally. You're not going to buy the highest and best and everything. Your kids are still going to be fine. And you're going to go buy the Goodwill and you're going to buy them some really nice clothes like we do. Right? Live beneath your means for a little bit. You're going to save and you're going to continue coming in here and you're going to learn. And then the day's going to come when you're going to make it much easier than I did, but by not giving up. By not giving up. Don't you give up. The day comes that you go, I'm going to skip today. I'm going to skip class today. Don't you do it. You come in here and you do it. You don't give up. And that's what you've done so far. And have you been discouraged a little bit along the way? Well, probably. We talked about discouragement yesterday. If no one's seen the video yesterday, watch it. Trading is just a very small part of what we do. You got to have music. You got to have family. You got to have friends. You got to have those connections. You got to be giving to others. Listen, let me tell you about Matt. He is on a thing with these runners today at a camp. Now, does he have a child in there? Matt, you ain't got no child in there. Your baby can't run yet.
Not well.
Not well, right? She'll be running before you know it all over the place. But he got a baby, and this man is away from his family, helping and giving to others, to these wonderful kids and teenagers that are running. So he's got that life balance. And even while he's out there, he's on a Zoom call with us. And he's learning about green monsters, and he's learning about skew drivers, and he's learning all this stuff, and his head's swimming because he's got so many trades that we could do. We got broken wing butterflies, we got calendars, we got diagonals, we got all this garbage. But at some day, and it may have already have, but at some day, one day, it's all going to just click. And you're going to find consistency. The day's going to come that you're going to find consistency. And Matt, if you're doing nothing more than AIM and running that, I book profits today. AIM will not let me do anything but book profits. That's the only thing it does. It will not let me take a loss. Isn't that cool? Now, the only problem I got is if TQQQ, goes to zero. So if the SPY is down, 33% today, this goes to zero, theoretically, right? Well, how much would I lose if that happened? Well, I'd lose $4,288. Well, if that went to zero, is there a good chance the mid caps will go down? Well, I guess so, right? So I'd lose, maybe all that too. So I've lost $8,000. Hell, if that goes down, this thing probably go down too. What's that? The Russell? I lose another $2,000. So I'm down $10,000. And then, UPRO. That's the NASDAQ. I'm sorry. This is the SPY. Hell, I lose that 4,000 too. So now, Bobby Genius is an idiot because I just lost all this stuff. But what is this thing doing here? This thing's saying take action, and it's telling me to buy shares on the way down because it's a bigger genius than I am. So if UMDD goes down to $1 from 29.84, what's this thing going to tell me? It's going to tell me, hey, Bobby Genius, buy 3,461 shares. I love it. See how this thing works? Isn't that cool? So let's say that, UPRO, oh my gosh, say it goes from 121 to 100. Oh, won't let me do anything there. What if it goes down to 75? Let's see if I get a trigger there. 75. Buy 13 shares. So it's telling me to level into that, to do things. This is what this thing does. What if the thing goes to 10,000? Told me to sell 31 shares. I only got 35. It's keeping me in it. But it's saying, Bobby, you're an idiot if you don't claim your $10,000 and take the majority and sell out of that. Isn't that cool? My God, we've written a dang spreadsheet, y'all, that'll tell you what to do. And this can't take a loss. Oh, no. Let's see. Don't save it. There we go. All right. So we're giving you the tools, y'all. You ain't got to use everything. What do you got to use? I want you to be comfortable with everything. Smitty said, look, Bob, I think I'm going to go to paper trading for a while. Do it. Do it. And I should slap my hand and hit myself and get onto myself for saying, I hate paper trading, because all the teachers on YouTube, they paper trade, or they don't show you how their account's doing, or, whatever. Y'all see the good, bad, ugly with me. If we down, we down. And sometimes we down big. Are we down today? I'm up $36. Yay. How we doing in the other account? Yay, we're up $81. Yay. So you got a ton of tools. You just got to make it work for you. I try to show y'all a lot of stuff. And we've kind of switched to going, hey, let's see how we can do with AIM, all right, in this account. We got BAME in the other account. Is it good? No, it's up 973 on the year. But remember, we were doing BAME for a lot of that. So we just rehashed and started AIM. How we been doing since we're doing AIM on the 19th? Well, how's AIM doing? It's up $1,835 since the 19th. That ain't bad. And if this thing goes down, I'm not panicking. If these things, unless they go to zero, I guess theoretically they could. But what do I have if stuff goes to zero? If we get a 35% down move in the market, this goes to zero, what do I have? I've got black swan hedges, right? I've got black swan hedges. Yes, I've got black swan hedges. So let's say we lost $20,000 on that account. How are we doing on our hedge? Let's say single symbol. Let's just look at one of them. Let's say show single symbol, show all, hide simulations. Y'all know the drill. I say you know the drill. Dag it. Here we go. Hide simulations. Oh, dang it. Hide simulations. And then we got a profit hump. Look at that. Looks good. And we go vol step. We go 4 vol steps. We'll move this up to 15, where we think volatility would be in the event of a 20-point wide crash. So if it goes down 20%, not all groups, I want to show my black swan hedges. So let's do our biggest black swan hedges, which is our 4. And we've got 8 of these all together, right? We've got 8 of these complete tranches of black swan hedge. Show it again. So if you're down 20%, yay, we're going to make $1,099. That's not going to offset our $20,000 loss, is it, that we just made in UNDD and UPRO? No, but let's move this in. How much would we get on a 20% down move on our hedge? Let's see. Pull it over, pull it over, pull it over. So here's 20% down. 20% down, we're up $13,000. Oh crap, Bob, we just lost 20-something thousand in the other. Okay, let's go see what it is with all those. So we take this from single symbol. No, we go single symbol, we go all groups. Sorry, y'all. I have to think about this. My mind's not working. I'm doing my fasting today. I've lost, y'all, I gained 3 pounds while I was on vacation. I have lost now 9.5 pounds since I have been back. So now let's take out our space trip trades, right? Those are only supposed to protect us in a grinding down market. So let's take those off and just see what our black swan hedges are doing. So we're going to take off this 10, 10, 7, 7, 10, 10, 6, 6. Let's take that off. So we lost 20 or 30,000 in the other thing. Well, how are we doing on our hedges? Let's see. Will that hedge against that drop? Well, I'll be dang. We're up $62,000 from our black swan hedge. Will that take care of our $30,000 loss in the AIM program? Yeah. And what are we going to be doing in the AIM program? What's the AIM program going to tell us to do when we're down there? Well, it's going to say buy, 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 baby. Buy, buy, buy. Do we have cash to buy? No, because what? Well, yeah, I guess we do, don't we? Because we got a black swan hedge. It just made it 60,000. We lost 30,000 here, so I got an extra $30,000 in the account that I can start buying. Now, unless y'all see something I don't see, that's a darn good plan. And we're putting on the hedges for free. Now, I didn't put on the first 4 tranches for free. Y'all saw me buy that for a couple $1,000. What was it, $1,800, $2,000 or whatever? That's fine, but I'm doing that so I can do everything else. So I can sell little puts and I can do other stuff, right? So that's what we're doing. Questions, comments? All right, if not, I will see y'all tomorrow.